Hi. Long time no see. How have you been?
Fashion is a lifestyle.
Been? How's your summer? Or how was your winter? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Long time. So you can tell by the title, I'm going to be going over the fashion week for this year, 2023. It's very fitting that I'm covering the fall winter fashion trends, fashion runway, in my fall and winter. And I'm not dressed for it, but this is a special occasion. I have come back out of the ashes and I want to dress nice for it. Also, it's pretty okay-ish warm in here, so I just have my little scarf as a shawl. Don't judge me. It's a new year, 10 years on YouTube. I'm now 25 years old. Yeah. My hair's red. That too. Have you been? Did you see Fashion Week? I know. It happened in February. It was my birthday in February, okay? I was going through stuff. I didn't get a chance to enjoy Fashion Week. But the Sydney Fashion Week is coming up next month. I just realized, hey, I haven't covered Fashion Week yet this year. I don't think I've ever actually covered Fashion Week on this channel ever. I did a video before last year, but I don't think I ever actually posted it. So this will be making up for it. I categorized for each location and I just picked 3 designs and 3 collections that I really liked. I went through the photos. Also, Vogue is subscription now. Okay. All right. Bless the other websites. Because in this economy and arm and leg for a subscription, I will find another way. Your fashion girl will find another way. Okay? So I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to get started. Okay? Okay. Look like I'm getting dressed to go to Coachella. Whoopsies. So New York Fashion Week, okay? These are all fall ready-to-wear collections, by the way, as well. I'll have some photos here and some videos of the shows running up as well while I'm explaining. So the first one I watched was Anna Sui, and now I haven't seen Anna Sui's collections in, well, I haven't personally looked at her stuff in a long time. I'm really big on 90s stuff right now, like massively, like alt indie, whimsy goth kind of style is my absolute favorite right now. I love it, the whole grunge 90s scene, love it. And it doesn't look like it, but I love it. And so Anna Sui was actually one of my favorite designers from the whole 90s crew. Her style is very petite. It's for very, like, I don't know, gamine women, gamine girls. And I just really like that because I am a petite galley. I am quite short. And I just feel like she's the kind of designs, the clothes that I would like to wear. They're very cute and glitzy and like eccentric, but also very feminine and like airy and girly and fun and playful. Especially her recent stuff reminds me a lot of when I was a child a little bit. So that nostalgia wave is like hitting hard. I liked how the models, it was such a whole different scene. It was like an invite only type of runway show. It was very, it seemed like a kind of maybe, I don't want to say like a bar or club type of thing kind of setting. I wish it did have a larger space, to be honest. I feel like it was very cooped in. I wish it had more space to walk around and had range in. But this is what I wrote down as like notes and stuff on my phone. Most of the models looked petite, which I loved. They probably weren't. They probably just had like gamine features, but I am a fellow petite model, so like I dream now to model for her. Like I would love to wear her clothes. It looked so much fun and they were like ditzy and just like playing and dancing a little bit before the show and just had this like kind of like playfulness with it, which I really, really loved. I think it was so sweet and it just looked like they were having fun, you know what I mean? Smiling and everything, it was great. I didn't really have many garments that like stood out, but there was some that were kind of highlights for me, or pieces of the garments that I really liked. The use of lace on the dresses, on so many pieces of the garments. It was very, like I said, very feminine, very girly, very elegant. I could wear some dresses, I could wear some pants, I could wear some boots. I love that a lot of it was very 60s inspired as well, like a very homage to Mary Quant. Am I saying her last name right? I really hope so. Which I love because I also do love the 60s, and I love that just because it suits my body type. So this is more of a personal preference. Also the two-piece sets, mini dresses and skirts as well. Very cute, very cute, very tweed. I love, like I said, it reminded me a lot of watching like 60s films, indie 60s films, and just seeing like everyday people in the background on the street and watching the background characters as well, what they were wearing. It feels like she kind of took that out, put it into the modern world a bit, and put her own little splashy spin on it too, more colourful, more bright, which I really liked. Yeah, like I said, the lace detailing and the lace on the trim with the satin underneath was really nice, really girly, but also really edgy and pretty fun. Y2K nostalgia and 60s like pattern pieces and styles and put them together. I feel like that's what this collection represents, which I like because I always thought like, how can I mix the 60s and the 90s and the 2000s together? And she found a way to pull it off. Like I said, not all things are great in it. There are some pieces I don't really like the second last look, the dress that has like it's like a sequined material. It's also kind of like this midnight blue with a hint of green in it. I liked it, but I also maybe didn't like it as much. I felt like something was either missing or just the top half just wasn't really working well with how maxi the bottom half was. My personal opinion, some people might like this. And yeah, it was very playful, really girly, very strong homage to the 60s. Yes. That plaid skirt with the pink boots, I really like that a lot. That is so cute. I could see myself wearing bits and pieces of it. Like I said, not everything in its entirety, but bits and pieces of it, which I really liked. That's Anna Sui for fall winter ready to wear. Now let's move on to Philip Lim. Yes, you heard me, Philip Lim collection. It was like an all black ensemble. Not completely, but there was like that whole section in the collection which was just all black, which I really liked. I love how he mixed the textures and fabrics. I feel like he did that super well. He mixed like leather and knit and like fur and leather. Like I really like that. Like there's this look here where he's got a leather jacket and the hoodie underneath, and we've got like some, I think it's pleated skirt. I can't really see in the image, but I really liked that a lot. It was super cool. Oh my god, this hit, I absolutely loved it. Okay, love this look. It's like a ribbed cropped denim brown hoodie. Also another one, there's a black one and there's a brown one, hoodie, which I loved. And there was like these 3/4 wide leg skirt that he created, and it had like a little slit down the front and the back, and it looked like pants. It looked like 3/4 pants, and I was like, oh, those are cute pants. I zoomed in and I was like, oh my god, it's a skirt. I absolutely loved that whole look, that whole thing. I wanted, like, I'd wear the whole thing straight out exactly how it is. I loved it so much. Not intentional, it's just how my brain works. I just really like that. It's so pretty. I loved it. The jacket with a tie around the waist, it's cinching it in, which was really nice. I feel like so many denim like oversized jackets like that, depends if you want something oversized or to like highlight your, I guess, figure or silhouette or not, but I really liked that cinched in waist and you could just tie it in. Great. I could wear that during the day, night out. Like I like the idea of it. It's very practical. I have worn jackets like that and I'm like, oh, I wish I could just tie it in at the waist without actually wearing a belt. Philip Lin's got your back. Neck, which I really liked, leather and belt. There was a great styling there. Let me see if I can find that photo again. Oh, here. Oh, I loved it. I found it. Okay, it's like a cropped leather, I don't want to say bodice, but then there's like a, I think it's maybe cotton, I'm not quite sure, skirt underneath, and it's like long sleeves, and there's like this fur neck, and then there's this belt that just goes like adjacently across, like symmetrically across. It reminds me of Rain, and I know a lot of people don't like the clothes from Rain, and I get it, but it just gives me like Henry VIII vibes, but in like a cool modern way. Like if some like show was watching this and they're like, hey, we need designs, you could pull this whole thing off. Maybe change the skirt to like a bigger ball gown type of skirt on the bottom, but yeah, you could easily pull it off. Actually super comfortable. Even just for lounging around, I feel like you could still wear it. There's a pink, I would guess, satin dress with like a black bow like around the waist. Surprisingly, I kind of like that. I don't know why, there's something about it. You know how you look at a garment and you're like, I'm not quite sure, like it's missing something. Like it's not really missing anything. It all kind of works together. You know what I mean? That's why I love this whole collection. You did a good job. One of my favorites. Next, let's move on to the blondes, which I have not covered before or even knew about. So very completely different from the other two. Let's go. I've never actually heard of this duo before, but I absolutely love them. Everyone wants Margot to wear like the Barbie collection from Moschino or like Valentino. I want her to wear this dress from the blondes. Oh my god, they give off huge Barbie vibes, like 60s Barbie, Valley of the Dolls, pink, 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 glamour, suave, like James Bond. Like I just love it. They just cover that whole thing. I loved the 60s wigs, the higher the hair, the closer to heaven, obviously. I absolutely loved that. It was so cute. It just felt so dolly, which I really absolutely loved as well. Jeremy Scott, when he was a creative director, I'm so sad about that, by the way. I felt like there was a lot of his influence there and like a strong inspiration from there too. This whole collection was also very, very camp. I absolutely loved it. I loved how it was just so glamorous and just so out there and just so like full on and in your face. Absolutely loved it. I wish it got more recognition, to be honest. I feel like it was so fun, especially from like New York Fashion Week. 100%. I feel like it's perfect. They took like LA and mixed a little bit of sprinkle of like New York in their camp, and boom, there you go. You got the blondes, which I really liked as well. I still love it. It's so beautiful. It's this emerald green, okay, kind of jacket with a diamond bralette at the front. No, not really bralette. It's like an extreme crop top maybe. And then the sarong skirt with a huge ass emerald diamond on the front where her hip is. But it's so beautiful and so sexy. It's so suave. It's so glamorous. And the model who worked it too did such a beautiful job. And like I said, I don't know much about this brand, the Bloods. I haven't heard of them before until I saw the photos and I was like, I have to check this show out. And I absolutely love the collection. It was just vixen, you know what I mean? Like 60s vixen as well. Like it was just so fun. Like those are the words and the imagery that comes to mind. I really loved their clothes, especially that one. The dress was really interesting. So it was a hood, cowl neck down to the front, completely connected. I like the idea of that. Again, reminded me a lot 70s. Also like 70s Studio 54, Grace Jones. I feel like she would have worn something like this 100%. But also like Y2K still at the same time. So this one, yeah. I liked it. It was very interesting. It was like a little mini. It was very shimmery as well, type of fabric. I liked it. It was interesting for me. It was intriguing. Would I personally wear it? No. But I can see certain people wearing it, which I liked. Other gown I found. Absolutely love it. It's this beautiful velvet velour, whatever you want to call it. Absolutely stunning, like halter neck dress. There's cutouts around the hip. And then the bottom of the dress is like a sarong up to the side. And then these beautiful ruby red, I guess, detailings on the top. There's like a diamond sitting on the top and then another diamond sitting on her hip. I absolutely loved it. And the diamonds as clutches. Yeah, I really love that one too. That one and the emerald green one, absolutely. I could see so many particular people wearing that. Doja Cat could be wearing that. Zendaya wearing that. Like I could see so many beautiful women wearing that gown. Like I really feel like they did not get hyped enough. The blondes, they mixed in a little bit of LA with the glamour of like Studio 54 and just smashed it all together. Like I wish Grace Jones walked in this, or like shimmery this draped metallic dress. And it's got little bows, I think it is, on the side as well. And there's like a really high slit to the left. So sexy, so suave, so like, Like I really loved it. You definitely could see the glamour in all the clothes and throughout all the construction. Again, really well done. That's done for New York Fashion Week. We're finished with that. Let's go move on to Milan. Miss Milano. I hope I'm saying the name correctly. I don't want to butcher it. But Andreadamo or Andreadamo. or Andreadamo out on the side. There's like this layering too, where they've got like one garment underneath, long sleeve draped, and then another like cut out, I guess, from the top. Another dress on top of that. I really liked how they did that too. See, wrapping again, wrapping with the layering. I really like that as well. Just their layering and cutout technique, I really love. I can tell that's like their thing, that's their style. And I really liked that as well. Like a, I would say maybe linen, I'm not quite sure the material, or maybe even chiffon like underneath. And then there's like a mesh on top of that, and it's like cutouts from around the shoulders and then from the thumbs as well. Again, practical, very practical. Like these designs are very edgy, which I loved. It's still like the style is still very feminine though, which I really appreciate. Again, there's a yellow top, there's like little cutouts here, and then slit down from the arm on the sleeves was again really nice as well. Yeah, I really like this collection. It was just very edgy, very... Demi Lovato, I could see 100% wearing this without a doubt. It was very interesting. She's wearing like I would say... She's wearing like a crop jacket with a fur lining, and there's like fur lining, and these like shorts and a top, I assume, but it's really high cut shorts. And she's got these really puffy boots. It's puffed around the knees and then it goes in, kind of folds in towards the ankle. Very interesting. I haven't seen that before. I really like it. It kind of does remind me, who am I thinking? Can't remember right now. But I can see Cardi B wearing something like this 100%. Very interesting. Lots of interesting takes, which makes Fashion Week a lot more interesting when the clothes are interesting. And I liked it. Very interesting. You did a really good job. Really good job. Okay, let's move on to Blumarine, my favorite. I did this on purpose. So last year was supposed to be very femme and girly and light and airy. And this is like the opposite side of the same coin. I forgot the exact concept. Someone remind me. But, okay, I'm gonna say it reminds me of Vikings a little bit, like that time, that era, okay? Like that kind of decade, that century, if that makes sense. A lot. I love the fiery blue in the background when they're walking down the runway. Absolutely loved that. It was very much like, you know, this is gonna be different this time. Lots and lots of leather. Again, leather making a huge appearance this season. Lots of leather, which is really nice. Brazilian leather is really warm during the winter and autumn season. I also really love the brown striped knee-high boots with the fur trim at the top, and there was like little buckles across it. I want black asymmetrical dress with a tie at the hips, which is a really nice touch. Again, the styling and these little elements to these garments are making it just beautiful. Chef's kiss, so good. Like I said, this collection felt very strong and very resilient. It was very much a collection that said, don't fuck with me, don't mess with me, you're not messing with me. Like last year we were all like, yeah, it's okay. This year we're not messing with me, which I really liked. It was very fitting. I really liked this very strong kind of presence with these garments as well. Even the way the models were walking too, it felt very like dominant and very like in control and empowering, which I really liked. Really like this red flowy dress. There was a cutter at the end, which was so bloody beautiful. That studded cuff as well with these like nice flowy dresses. Beautiful. Love it. I really do. I want a lot of them, maybe like half the, like 3/4 of the collection. That's, you know, it's really good when you really enjoy watching the show. There's also a piece that you're just like, oh yes, oh that's nice. Yeah, that's how you did a really good job. So yeah, Blumarine last year and this year, killing it. Absolutely killing it. So that's done with Blumarine. Now let's go to Diesel, the last one for Milan. Now Diesel, I already have, I'm looking at some right now that I really like. These ready-to-wear collections are so good this year, especially these ones that I found. Like, oh my god, such gems, you know what I mean? First of all, I will say, everyone knows that Diesel's all about denim, 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 denim. I remember growing up looking at Diesel clothes thinking, oh my God, I wish I could wear that one day. The crop tops, the hats, the bags, the jeans, like. And this whole collection was just majorly, hugely nostalgic to the Diesel that I grew up looking at as a kid, and like seeing like my older sister having pieces of it, and just seeing other like 20-year-olds wearing, and just being like grown-ups as well wearing. And I was like, oh my God, such nice Diesel clothing. I wish I could wear it. And this collection reminds me a lot of that from when I was a child. And like a denim applique on things like dresses and whatnot, which was really nice way to carry on the denim across the whole thing, but like not making it repetitive, which was really cool. Manipulation also was super, super nice. It reminded me of that grunge street look that's like from the 90s and like Y2K, which I think is what, like, you know, they're known for 2000s and like 90s, late 90s kind of style. So I like how they tweaked the textile itself and distressed the denim too, to give it more like, I guess, something different to the denim as well, instead of just saying denim, 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 denim. They made it interesting in each kind of way. Diesel jacket and like skirt, as well as like this Diesel crop top and like really micro mini skirt, and it has this giant print of like lips on it. It's just so bold and like graphic, and that reminds me a lot of what I saw as a kid and like magazines from that time. And it's just like this whole collection felt very, very nostalgic, like the denim and the Diesel that I grew up seeing on caps and handbags and jackets and jeans. You know, it just felt like a newer version of that, which I really liked. It was very like, oh, like that's really cool to see, you know what I mean? Like top with like these long maxi, I think it's a skirt, again distressed denim and like acid washed, kind of washed down denim. I really, really liked that as well. It was really good. It's very like, it's like going back to their roots, it kind of feels like, which I think is great. Love it. So again, Milano, thank you very much. Diesel one, when it comes to streetwear and like ready to wear, like everyday wear, they're pretty up there. So yeah, it's hard to pick a favorite. I can't really pick a favorite even right now, but I really did admire Diesel's collection. Very nostalgic, very, very huge, huge nostalgia, which is really cool. So we finished Milan already, so quick. We finished Milan Fashion Week. Now let's move on to Paris. Fashion Week, we're going to start off with a kind of a memorial type of collection, and if you know where I'm going with this. This was Vivienne Westwood's, I'm pretty sure her last collection, or it was like an honorary collection, I guess, in order of her passing, which happened I think just a couple months beforehand. The collection name was actually called Tin Whistle, something like that. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Tin Whistle, I think it is, after the town that she grew up with. So this is basically about paying homage to her. There's lots of like her iconic stuff, the tartan, plaid, like all this like tulle, and like that's like her thing, you know. Candice was also in there, the model Candice Funapu. I'm saying her name wrong. I know I am, but Candice, as a garment she was wearing, it was like this tracksuit double type of thing set. A lot more streetwear influence, I think, to her clothes. A lot more street, I felt like it. There was a grey coat and gold boots. It was a very chic, Vivienne, also elegant look. Two things I noticed. Her iconic key pieces that we all know Vivienne Westwood for, but there was some elements that were more elegant and a lot more street, which I really liked to see. The elegant looks, loved the big coats and everything as well. Loved it. There was a gold charm across the dress, which was very, very feminine and very cute. And also the little Vivienne top they wore in the beginning. That was so cute. I liked that too. And her, was it her niece wearing the wedding dress that was cropped with the boots? Again, really, really nice. I will say she reminds me a lot of Olivia Hussey. I don't know why, but she just does. I think maybe she's done it already, like a tartan wedding dress. Maybe. I will have a look. She probably has. But I'm talking like a tartan, like knit, like ball gown, like Barbie doll, massive train, just lace, black lace, like type of thing, you know? Like I could just picture it, like, cry. Chloe, I haven't actually watched many of Chloe's shows before. This is one of my first ones that I've seen from her. It was very beautiful, very elegant. I did like it a lot. Completely different from the other ones that I've covered. Again, like I said, this is wholly, completely different designers. I haven't seen all of them before. This is sometimes my first introduction to them. Also, not what I usually cover, and also different styles and aesthetics, I guess, from each other, which I tried to do. Apparently her collection was inspired by 17th century Baroque painter Artemisia Gentileschi, if I'm saying that correctly. Gentileschi. I really did like the beautiful detailing on the coat. Again, very exquisitely done, very beautifully done. The Baroque inspired print dress that is so colourful, and obviously was a beautiful homage to that Baroque time itself. I think they captured it really well, like the imagery on the dress too, different colours, the style of the illustration and the painting style. I'm not sure if it's a direct image from the painter. I haven't seen their works before, but I can see the influence. I feel like that was one of the dresses that kind of stood out amongst the whole collection as well. I wish she had more of that, maybe like 2 or 3. But overall, it's still a very elegant, very formal collection. And the fabric and tailoring, absolutely so good. She did a phenomenal job on that too. The construction of most of these garments were just to like print perfection. So good. There's also like a crochet knit on some of the dresses as well. It just looks so lightweight and so just like on. Suave, very James Bond in the club trying to sneak in type of thing. Beautiful knit lace dresses, the construction tailoring, and some of the jackets as well. The trousers and the dresses, the pants too. It's just like, it was so smooth, so minimally clean to perfection. Yeah, that's Chloe. Let's move on to Nina Ricci, which also I haven't covered before and was really fun. The design I have for Paris Fashion Week is Nina Ricci, and I've never actually seen her clothes before, but I did watch the Vogue Get Ready With Me with Precious for her show. So that's where I kind of knew where that was from and saw a little bit of that from. I did not realize it was Nina Ricci, so there you go. The clothes, very avant-garde, very extravagant, very glamorous. It felt very fun, you know what I mean? So it's a complete opposite look from Chloe. When I was watching Chloe and then to go from Nina Ricci, it was very like a nice switch, I guess. Like I said, it's all personal preference in my own opinion. So for Nina Ricci, elements of elegancy, but with an edge. There's always something to it. So it was very like classy and sophisticated, but there's always something extra with it to the side. I guess a lot of people's glamour from the past, this glamour from the 50s and the 60s, reminded me a lot actually of the silhouettes of these garments and the style of them. I'm talking pattern and everything. It reminded me a lot of like classic movies that you watch from the 70s and 50s, especially the 50s, and they have like that ball gown event type of thing, and they go all out, or there's like a red carpet event, there's like, you know, scallop necklines and like these mermaid tails, like that kind of style. I think they really capture that really well as well. But these oversized hats and big puffy jackets, the hats that went with those mermaid dresses was so cool. It reminded me of like the 40s a little bit, where they have like that hat that covers your face, thinking Lauren Bacall, but like to the extreme, you know what I mean? I absolutely loved it. I love Precious' dress with the little dots on it, the mesh dress. That was really, really nice. And these beautiful ball gowns at the end. And the muted tones for some of them, and then these bright, bold, like primary colors for the rest. It feels like if I was a child with a designer in like the 50s, you would just swim around in all those colors and all those fabrics. That's what it kind of reminds me of in like a glamorous, vintage, modern way. Really liked Nina Ricci's a lot. It was like someone gifted me a birthday cake, those little like vintage birthday cakes with a cherry on top, but instead of the cherry, it's like those big hats that Nina Ricci's designs were wearing, the models were wearing. That's what it felt like. With Paris Fashion Week, and let's move on to our last one, London Fashion Week. Fashion Week, we're starting off with Dimitri Petsa, her full ready-to-wear collection, which was so sweet. Nice homage to her Greek culture, focusing on the story of Persephone, I think that's how you say it. Basically the story. There's lots of beautiful elements to it as well. Very, very connected with the ocean and water, which I really loved. and very infamous for her wet look, which is really known for, and she placed it throughout her whole collection. There's also a mixture of maternity as well involved in it too, and there was this beautiful, like, it was a show. It really was a show. An absolute awe of her textile manipulation with the fabrics, making it and giving that wet look. Like, I don't know how she does it. It's obviously beautiful. It looks like you literally came out drenched in water, but you're not wet. It's absolutely beautiful. And I myself do love the ocean and that whole like watery ocean type of girl look vibe and just style and aesthetic. And the way that she captures it with the hair and the actual garment itself, manipulation, textile manipulation, is just like, again, I don't know how she does it. I really don't know how she does it. Dances, am I saying right? Performative dances, interpretive dances that she did too. It's absolutely beautiful. Also, that was a huge surprise. I did not know that was her. So when she came out, like clapping for the designer, I was like, where's the designer? And she came out from the side, and I was like, oh my god, that was her the entire time. Like, that's so amazing. That's so cool that she's also part of the show itself. There was this smoke cleansing that she did whilst the model had to, while she was walking down the aisle. While she was walking down the runway. It was very spiritual, very beautiful, very empowering. And I guess when the other design came out behind her after that, and there was just this smoke everywhere, it was just so like, wow, such strong goddess energy, if that makes sense. Very feminine energy, very strong, very powerful, very delicate, but still very fierce. I just loved everything about it. The idea where there was like a maternity look, she had the stomach, I think she ripped it off. I guess I was trying to showcase, I guess. I'm not quite sure whether familiar with the story, so I'm gonna have to check it, but I did find that very, like, it can say so many things. A show I don't think I'll forget for a bit. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Really, really highly recommend to check out lots of Dimitri, I hope I'm saying her name right, DiPetra's stuff. On to another designer. I don't want to say the name wrong. I hope I'm saying it right. I couldn't find the, yeah. Her name's Priya Ahluwalia. I hope I'm saying it correctly. Please hope I'm saying it correctly. Her style was very connected to the 90s, which I really liked, and her own heritage growing up. Lots of inspired by music, she said, was this collection specifically, and also jazz. There was lots of like music and jazz elements. Like the show itself had like a saxophone, a guy playing the saxophone and the piano, and was playing, I noticed they were playing songs from the 90s. Yeah, I liked that a lot. See, you can do it, you can do it. I liked it so much. It just had this like beautiful, I grew up listening to 90s music a lot because of my sister and my mom, so it was very much, and I do like jazz, so it was just a beautiful blend of like two interests just mashed perfectly together in this setting. Two-tone coat with a fur cuffs, which I absolutely love and I need. It was so beautiful, this beautiful like luscious color, and it was like, I think yay big the cuffs were. It was so 70s inspired, which I liked. I felt there was a mixture of like 70s funk music, also the fashion from that time during 70s funk, and also 90s. It was like a good mixture of both, which again, it was a beautiful, beautiful fusion. Bold maxi dress with a V-neck, and I had a fur neckline, which was absolutely really stunning as well. Like I said, very much giving me 70 vibes a little bit. Jersey trousers and sports jacket, which reminded me a lot of like 90s streetwear you would see come along, I guess, from hip hop and everything, but also from R&B, even probably I guess, again, like she said, she was influenced by music, and I could see how music also influenced fashion from that time, and even from the 70s and even the 80s. So I really like, Priya gets it. She's got it. Like, Priya gets it. She gets it, and I absolutely love that about it. So many pieces that I want to take home with me. I want the coat, and I want that dress, and I want those trousers. Like, I want a lot of this, a lot of those boots. Like, there's lots of things that I would really love from that collection. Men's that are very streetwear inspired. Apparently it was inspired by like Sade, 50 Cent as well. There's this beautiful like printed aqua and deep ocean blue kind of tight dress. It's got cutouts across here and the top and from the shoulders with these beautiful black leather boots. Again, reminds me a lot from the 90s, that whole mini skirt type of thing that was going on. Absolutely beautiful. Loved the garments. They looked very comfortable, very warm, very, very warm. I love the different detailing, the elements across it, the, I guess, mixture of colors too. Mixture of different primary colors as well was really great, and like that 70s kind of influence. Please wear that at the Barbie premiere, please. It's so pretty. Oh my god, I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, let's go on to our last one, which is Erdem. It's from Erdem. I was going through the collection and I thought, hang on a second. It's giving me 19th century vibes. I see that Stays influence. He moved into a new place, got inspired by the house that was actually used as a home for refugees during that time, and he got influenced in that for this collection, for Erdem's collection. His collection ever. I haven't heard of this designer before, I know, and I haven't seen their collection before, I know, but I really do like it a lot. I think it's absolutely beautiful. My first thought was very regal, very elegant, very classy, but in like that Victorian kind of way, which I love, like the gardens from that time, so it's absolutely perfect. The whole combination is great. And the lighting to the model's walk, it was very much like dun, like very I'm here type of thing. Loved it. Bold sleeves as well. They have like it was like an off the shoulder bold sleeves, but it also looked like cut out bold sleeves too. Very interesting take, I guess, in a modern kind of way. Very elegant, very classy. The styles did remind me a lot of the 19th century. Makes sense after I found out why. All the black dresses, there's also this kind of asymmetrical neckline again. Very interesting. A couple others. Who else did the asymmetrical neckline? A couple people did the asymmetrical neckline as well. I like that. And then here these puff sleeves. It worked. It's strange that it worked. I like it. In an odd way, I like it. I like it a lot. It's still very regal as well, but very modern. The cutouts and the volume sleeves, they could either go either way, but actually kind of worked. So it worked pretty well, I guess. Yeah, so there's a couple of dresses I really liked too. Oh my god. I can see myself wearing a couple of these clothes. Maybe not every day, but if I was going to a garden or a high tea. Actually, no, maybe every day, why not? It's more with like volume out and up and round, if that makes sense. Puff sleeves to the max, you know, which I really liked though. And it wasn't in like a ridiculous way. It all made sense. So, I really liked all these collections. So that was London Fashion Week. And we're done. It was an arm and a leg to get through. But these are my favorite brands and collections for this fashion week for this year. I tried to cover just 3 because there was just so many designers to go through, and I didn't want this to be a lengthy video and to just do separate videos. I just wanted to just cover the whole thing in one. But yeah, let me know below what your favorite designers were from Fashion Week this year, from New York, Milan, Paris and London, or even just from any, like out of all of them, if you had to pick one, whose clothes would you wake up in and have in your wardrobe every day for this year? That's a good one. I would probably actually go with Ahluwalia for Priya's collection. I think I could see myself wearing pieces from that every day for this year. But I could also see myself wearing Ricci Petsas as well. And also Diesel. And also Anasui, so it's a bit hard. Which collections were your favorite this year? Which designers were you excited for? Did you like the designs this year? Were you a bit like, not really killing it? Do you agree that actually some of the smaller designers were outshining major brands this year? Let me know down below what you think. Don't forget to share this video around so the fashion girlies can have a community that we can talk about stuff with. That'd be great to have other fashion girlies here on this channel. And yeah, I look forward to talking more fashion stuff this year, delving a whole into the world of like fashion and fashion history and even costume design and character design with costume and fashion and just the whole shebang. So thank you for stopping by if you're new here. If you want to see more of my fashion stuff, I do fashion videos, I've done cosplays in the past, I do makeup videos, I do vintage videos, I do hair videos. Feel free to go through. And hopefully I get to see you next time. Bye.